one more game into the Super Bowl. A lot of you guys want me to talk about this draft class that we just had, so let's do a little bit of both. What is up, Finn fans? Yes, a lot of you guys in the comment section, again, I read all of your comments. In the comment section on Twitter, on Instagram, on all my social medias, want me to talk about the Miami Dolphins 2020 draft class, how they did this season, and what I think about it. And then also, I'm going to recap the divisional round, which was fantastic games. Like, holy guacamole, fantastic games. Before we jump into that, I want to shout out my guys at patchvibes.com. They got some really awesome patches. They got some pins. They got some really cool t-shirts. One of them I gave away to you guys. So be sure to go over there, check them out, use the promo code FREEPATCH, and you get yourself the 25th anniversary patch free with your order. Let's now jump into this past draft. And I'm not necessarily going to grade them. I usually don't do these things, just so you guys know. I usually wait. I give my rookie class at least 2 to 3 years to really get developed, to really get into the flow of the NFL speed and all that stuff. So I normally give a rookie class about 3 years, and then I make their judgment. I give them time to develop, learn the offense, learn like I said, the speed of the NFL. Then I judge them. But a lot of you guys, and I'm talking a big majority of you guys, wanted me to talk about this past draft, talk about who did well, who did bad, and what I thought about the draft in a whole. So that's what we're going to do. Now, we're going to start, obviously, we're going to go from the first pick to the first round pick to the 7th round picks. And obviously, we're going to talk and start with our quarterback that we took in the first round, 5th overall, Tua Tagovailoa. Just so you guys know, a lot of you guys ask me about this too. And again, when you guys ask me about it, when you guys ask a lot about it, I do it. So I'm doing a full breakdown of Tua Tagovailoa's rookie season, and I'm talking film tape. I'm not doing every single snap because that would probably be about a 3-hour video. But I'm going to talk about all of his snaps. I'm going to show the good and the bad. I'm not just going to be like, oh, look how great this pass was. Oh, look how. No, because I was actually already starting to do film study. And in that Rams game, he missed a bunch of passes. He missed a lot of things. So we're going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about the good and the bad. And we're going to talk about the things that I think and that I saw that show he has a ton of promise. And I also made a list of all the things that people say about him that I'm going to talk about. But looking at his stats from this year, he completed 186 passes, 290 attempts for a 64.1 completion percentage. He threw for 1,814 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions for a passer rating of 87.1 on the season. Now, looking at his season, a lot of people want to say, oh, well, we all know. I've made so many videos about this. He's a bust. He sucks. He needs to go. He's horrible. He couldn't. Like I said, I made a list, and we will talk about that in the video breakdown of his rookie year. I made a list of things that people say about him. Me looking at it, I think he had a very generic, maybe a little bit better than generic rookie season. Now, you look at Justin Herbert. Everyone's going to compare him to Justin Herbert because Justin Herbert was quarterback taken after Tua. And people want to say, well, Justin Herbert threw for 4,000 yards and this and that, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Yeah, Justin Herbert had a fantastic rookie season. Tua had a normal, I would say a little bit better than a rookie season. He had his struggles. If you compare Tua Tagovailoa's first 9 starts, because essentially he only played 10 games. If we're going to compare his first 9 starts to some other quarterbacks' first 9 starts in their rookie year, he didn't do that bad. He actually did better than some. If you look at it, he threw for more yards in his first 9 games than Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, and Josh Allen. He threw more touchdowns in his first 9 games than Ryan Tannehill, Josh Allen. He had a better passer rating in his first 9 games than Drew Brees, Ryan Tannehill, Josh Allen. So for a lot of people to come at him and say, he needs to go, he had a horrible rookie season, I don't see it. You can call me biased. You can call me a stan, which I don't even know what the heck that is. You can call me whatever you want for Tua, but I look at things objectively. I look at stats. I look at his play. Did he play fantastic in every single game? No, I'm not saying that. Never did say it. Did he struggle a little bit? Yeah, there's some points he did struggle. He is a rookie. I could say the same thing about the other guys. I'm tired of saying this because I've had to say this thousands of times. Justin Herbert struggled against the Patriots. Justin Herbert struggled against the Dolphins. Justin Herbert has struggled. Just so happens that he has a better supporting cast around him. But Justin Herbert's not my quarterback, so I'm going to not delve too deep into that and show you facts and proofs and stuff like that. But the biggest thing that I found interesting about Tua is when the kid is blitzed and when he has pressure on him, right? Nope. When he has no pressure on him, he has a 70.1 completion percentage. He threw for 1,500 yards, 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, right? That's with no pressure. When he's under pressure, essentially he has a defensive guy in his face, he has whatever in his face, and he has to get the ball out. His completion percentage drops drastically, which is reasonable for a rookie, to a 43.9, 310 yards, and no touchdowns, 2 interceptions when he has pressure in his face. When he is not blitzed, he has a 63.8 completion percentage. He threw for 1,158 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. This is when he's not blitzed. So the 4 interceptions when he's not blitzed is concerning to me, but also he's a rookie. And again, I could break these down for Herbert and see the comparison. But again, he's not my quarterback, so I don't give a crap. When he's blitzed, this is the one that made me go, huh. When Tua is blitzed, so he's not under pressure, but they do blitz him. They do send extra guys at him. They do send some type of pressure at him. They blitz him. He's actually has a 64.7 completion percentage, threw for 656 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 1 interception. So with no pressure, he has a 70.1 completion percentage, 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. When he's blitzed, 64.7 completion percentage, 7 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He actually does better when he's blitzed versus when he's not blitzed. I find that so interesting, and I find that that's one little thing that you can build off of. Because you look at his QBR versus blitzed and not blitzed and not under pressure, his QBR is better when he's blitzed. 100.1, 101.6 when he's blitzed. Not under pressure, 99.3. Not blitzed, 79.2. So he actually does better when he's blitzed. But then when the pressure gets there, that's when he's absolute worst. But again, can you blame the kid? So looking at the Tua pick, I like the Tua pick. I think, and again, I'm going to break down film on him and talk about, the good, the bad, the ugly, all that good stuff, and where I see him going in the future. But like I said, I like the Tua pick. His hip injury scared the crap out of me. But after talking to a lot of orthopedic surgeons and doctors and all that stuff, I'm hearing that the hip actually is going to be stronger. A lot of people want to compare him to Bo Jackson. 2 different scenarios, but I talked about that so much. Go watch my pre-draft videos. They said that you should be more concerned with players and people who have consistently torn ACLs and their Achilles than Tua Tagovailoa. So, and he only missed 1 game because of a thumb injury. So I like the Tua pick. I think that pick still is solid, and he still has a very bright future. And again, for the 400th time, I will be making a video breaking it down. Then the 18th overall pick was Austin Jackson, who at first I was like, I wish we would have got someone like Wirfs, Wills, Becton. I wish we would have got one of the 3 above him. Austin Jackson, at first, like I said, I was like, it's a solid pick. He's young. He's got a lot of talent, but he's just raw. He's super raw, and he needs to learn how to use his strengths and all that stuff to help him. But after looking at him playing this year, he actually did pretty well. He had a better season than Becton. He had a similar season to Wills. So to look at it, he was the 2nd best offensive tackle taken in the first round. Wirfs was the only one who did a little bit better, and I'm only saying a little bit better. You look at Austin Jackson's stats, he only gave up 4 sacks, 5 hits, 29 hurries, and 5 penalties in a 12-game span. That was better than Becton. That was better than Wilson, who was drafted to the Tennessee Titans. He didn't play this season. like I said, similar to Will's and just a little bit less than Wirfs. I'm talking like Wirfs gave up, I think, 3 sacks. He only gave up 4. So Austin Jackson did really, he exceeded my expectations because I thought he was going to struggle a little bit, especially left tackle, rookie, raw guy who would miss some time in college because of donating bone marrow, all this stuff. And he actually played a lot better. Then we have Noah Igbinoghene, who came in. We traded back with the Packers to take him with the 30th overall pick. And I remember when that pick came in, I was like, who? What? Not a running back? Not a guard? Not this? Not that? The corner? We have Xavier Howard. We have Byron Jones, Nick Needle. A corner? He came in. He had to play against Buffalo. He had to play. He did well against Jacksonville. But he's still a rookie. He has the talent, he has the skill there, but he's still a rookie. I'd like to see what he can do this next season. As of right now, I'm going to give it an incomplete for Noah. I don't want to jump to conclusions with him, just like I'm not jumping to conclusions with Tua, just like I'm not jumping to conclusions with pretty much any of these guys. The only reason I'm making this video is because you guys asked me to. Other than that, I probably wouldn't have made this video until another year or two. But Noah, I'm going to give him a little bit more time. He did struggle hard against the Bills. He bounced back against the Jaguars. When he's come in a few times, like when Xavier Howard got ejected, you really didn't notice. So he did really well there. I think he has the skills. I think he has the physical traits to be really good. I think he just needs to catch up with the speed of the game. And sitting behind Xavier Howard and Byron Jones will really help you with that. Then in the second round, the 39th overall pick, Robert Hunt, who I think he did fantastic at right tackle, especially for a rookie, especially to his blind side. He only gave up 3 sacks, 5 hits, 15 hurries, and that's only in 11 games. So, and his run blocking rating was 74. So he was really good. I like the Robert Hunt pick. I still like the Robert Hunt pick. I think he can be really solid at that right tackle position. Then we have Raekwon Davis, who played about 3 games on and off snap wise. I think he probably got, if I remember off the top of my head, like 50 snaps or so. Didn't play much time, but he started to come into his all towards the middle to end of the season. He has 1 sack, 1 hit, 12 hurries, 28 tackles, and 20 stops. I loved the Raekwon Davis pick. We missed J.K. Dobbins, the pick before going to the Baltimore Ravens. J.K. Dobbins is showing to be pretty good. Not saying like, hey, he sucks, so I'm glad. But I really, if you guys remember pre-draft, I really, 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 really liked Raekwon Davis. So his pick is another solid pick. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't great. He wasn't Aaron Donald rookie year. He wasn't Ndamukong Suh rookie year, but he's a second-round pick, and he wasn't horrible. So, again, not another solid pick. He actually started to really come into his all as the season was going on, so I'm really liking this. Again, all of these rookies had the misfortune of not having an OTA, mini camp, rookie camp, or training camp. They had 12 weeks to get ready for the season. The team struggled the first 4 games. I'm giving them time. I'm going to give them 1 to 2 more seasons, like I said. Then in the third round, we took Brandon Jones, who has 1 sack, 5 hurries, 40 tackles, 15 stops. His coverage isn't great. He's given up 82.1 reception percentage, 202 yards, and a touchdown. But when it comes to being all over the field, making the tackles, making the stops, helping out that defense, he has the most snaps of all rookie secondary. Brandon Jones, I think, is a very good pick at the third. At first, when we took Brandon Jones in the third round, I was like, he had that injury. I don't know about this. But the more I'm looking at him, the more I'm seeing why Brian Flores and Chris Greer took him, because he's a Brian Flores type of player where he's literally playing all over the field. I'm really liking that pick as it's going on. Then we have Solomon Kinley, who came in and he played 13 games, just a big, massive man, playing great. 4 sacks given up, 2 hits, 11 hurries, 17 pressures. He does need to work a little bit more on his pass blocking, but he is a bull at the run blocking. We noticed that when he came in for Eric Flowers at left guard, the team did play better, ran better, especially against the Patriots. So he needs to work on his pass blocking a little bit more, but again, to get him where we got him and him being a rookie, I really like the way he played. Then in the 5th round, these guys didn't play. One of them's not on the team anymore. You got Jason Strawbridge, who came in for a little bit but didn't do much, so the jury's still out on him. Curtis Weaver's not on the team anymore. He's on the Cleveland Browns after going on IR. 6th round, Blake Ferguson, long snapper. That was the one pick in the draft. I was like, you took a long snapper with the 6th round pick? Why wouldn't you just wait till the draft is over and get an undrafted free agent? But he's actually been playing solid. I haven't seen any bad snaps from the center, whether it's a punt, whether it's a kick. So nothing to complain there. And then with the 7th round pick, I don't know why I keep saying overall. 7th round pick, we have Malcolm Perry, who had 9 receptions, 92 yards, and a touchdown. He just needs to get more incorporated into the offense. He needs to beat out the guys in front of him in Williams, Parker, Grant, Bowden, and now Wilson and Allen Hurns are coming back too. So he just needs to do a little bit better to get on the field. But looking at this draft class, second youngest team in the NFL. We went 10-6 with the second youngest team in the NFL. Tua played, Austin Jackson played, Robert Hunt played, Raekwon Davis played, Brandon Jones played, Solomon Kinley played. No one went in there for a little bit, but 6 of the rookies in this draft class played and contributed to winning 10 games. So looking at the draft right after it happened, I think I gave us like a B minus. It's a B plus. And six starters, solid starters. Now, are they all stars? Did they come out and blow the roof off the place? No, but solid 6 starters that have a ton of growth, that show a ton of promise. I really like this draft class. Before we get into comment of the day, let's talk about the divisional round. Let's talk about yesterday and Saturday's game. We're going to talk about them from when they played. So we're starting with the Green Bay Packers and the LA Rams. Aaron Rodgers, I'm rooting for him. I'd like him to get his 2nd Super Bowl. I think he should be the NFL MVP. Just playing fantastic football. Went up against the best, it's not even me saying one of. The Rams are the best defense in the NFL. Number 1 in so many different stats. 32 to 18. He dropped a ton of points on him. Played really well. Devontae Adams got open for him. The running game worked. Got to give it to the Green Bay Packers. They're going to be hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Lambeau. I'm hearing this is the first time the divisional round, the conference round, was hosted in Lambeau in forever. So, what? So it's going to be a good game. I'm hearing snow. I'm hearing cold. So that's going to be a fantastic game. The Buffalo Bills beating the Baltimore Ravens 17-3. It was windy as heck in Buffalo. For most of the game, it was either 3-0 or 3-3. And the wind, you could see the wind was affecting Josh Allen's deep passes. He was overthrowing a lot of people. Baltimore, Lamar Jackson, once they just contained him and didn't let him run all over him, he couldn't do anything. He was throwing some dumb passes, interceptions, just wasn't doing great. Got knocked out of the game. A lot of bad snaps, too, from the Ravens center. Screwed over the Baltimore Ravens. Buffalo, just the better team. But if you look at Buffalo, and you're going to look at a lot of these guys, Green Bay, Buffalo, Kansas City, and Tampa Bay. If you look at the thing that they have in common with these 4 winning teams going into the conference game to potentially go into the Super Bowl, defensive line and offensive line. Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, even Tom Brady had so much time to throw the ball. Josh Allen had 6 seconds, and I'm not even exaggerating, to throw the ball. He would drop back and be able to scan and keep looking for someone to get open, and then would take off running. Offensive line, and especially with that Buffalo game, the Bills' defensive line consistently getting pressure on Lamar Jackson, making him uncomfortable, making him not being able to set his feet to throw. Trenches are incredibly important to the development of a quarterback and of the defense, secondary, all that stuff. It just shows. Look at these 4 games. Look at the teams that won. They had offensive line. They were able to help. So looking at it, it's just imperative for the Dolphins to keep building the offensive line and keep building this defensive line, because it shows in these games. Then we have the Cleveland-Kansas City game, which was a fantastic game. Back and forth between Cleveland and Kansas City. Cleveland coming back, fighting hard. You had Patrick Mahomes going out with a concussion. They tried to pick him up. He didn't know where he was. Chad Henne, of all people, coming in to help out the Chiefs. And like I said, offensive line. The Chiefs needed to run the ball out because Chad Henne's not Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is the Kansas City Chiefs offense. He's able to scramble. He's able to throw the ball down the field. He is the Kansas City Chiefs offense. Bringing in Chad Henne, who throws a stupid interception in that game, they were like, we need to run the ball. But then Chad Henne also scrambles to help them as eventually win the game. That game was fantastic. But again, if you're common denominator, offensive line and defensive line help these teams win. But Kansas City, then Tampa Bay, you got the two old farts, Breeze and Brady, the BBs playing each other. Love the video before the game starts where Tom Brady throws a touchdown pass to Drew Brees' son. Just like I said in my tweet, I wish if Tom Brady wasn't the quarterback for the Patriots for so long, I wouldn't hate him. If he was the quarterback for Tampa Bay from being drafted till now, I'd be like, I love Tom Brady. Tom Brady is a great quarterback. Tom Brady this. I'd still say greatest of his decade because different rules, different style of play, all that stuff. But Tom Brady, you see that and it's heartwarming. And this is it for Drew Brees. He said to Jameis Winston, this is your team now. Drew Brees is going to retire. So it was a crazy game, and it sucks that he goes out on a loss. But Drew Brees, another small quarterback who a lot of people thought couldn't do much, who Tua Tagovailoa had a better first 9 games than. He's going to retire and be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Not comparing him. I'm just saying. Too soon, people. But looking at these conference games, divisional games, fantastic. Now it's going to be Buffalo heading to Kansas City, and then we have Tampa Bay heading to Green Bay. I'm give you guys my prediction in Friday's video. I think Friday's video is either going to, I think it's going to be, I'm going to try to get the film breakdown for Tua in Friday, but it's a lot of work for me to do, so that might be over the weekend. I'm telling you, I have to go through 9 games of film. I have to edit the film down to show you the plays, because if I just talk about it, you're not seeing what I'm talking about. It's going to take a minute, but I'm hoping Friday or this weekend, or worst case next weekend or next week, to have that out. But be sure to comment below. Let me know what you guys think of our drafts last year. Again, for me, it's too soon to predict. I think that you should wait at least 3 years to see what the players you have. But be sure to comment below and let me know what you guys think of the divisional round. And we get to one of you guys comment of the day. So for comment of the day, I went up on Twitter and I said, hey, about to make this video. What you guys got for comment of the day? Who wants to be in it? And a good amount of you guys brought this up, and Jim Nagy, who is essentially like the executive of the Senior Bowl, tweeted this out saying, excited to add Heisman winner Devontae Smith to this year's Reese's Senior Bowl. He will not be cleared to participate in any on-field activities due to thumb injuries, but he will go through meetings with Coach Flores' staff and interview with decision makers for all 32 clubs. A lot of you guys want my opinion on that, and this is great. The Dolphins, and this is another reason why the Dolphins coaching the Senior Bowl is 1, fantastic, 2, wow, because we're 10-6. Normally a good 10-6 team doesn't coach the Senior Bowl. But this right here, we get to get first dibs, first one-on-one conversation, get to break down film and all that stuff with Devontae Smith, get to know him more and see, hey, do we want him at 3? And this is another question you guys asked, and I'll put this in bulk for comment of the day. Do we want him at 3 if, you know, the Jags take Lawrence and the Jets take Swelly? What do we do at 3? Do you trade back Doug? Again, I will break this all down once I talk about the draft stuff. I'll break down all the free agent stuff soon. After the Super Bowl is when I do free agent stuff. Like I said, I got a ton planned. Hit that subscribe button. But this is fantastic because the Dolphins get their first dibs at Devontae Smith and see 3. Should we trade down with the Bengals at 5? Say 1-2 goes quarterback. Swell is still there at 3. Would you trade back with the Bengals? If it goes 1-2, Lawrence, Swelly, will the Dolphins trade back for somebody who wants Fields, quarterback hungry team? Can't go too far back because I don't think Devontae Smith would last much long. Or do we stick at 3 and take Devontae Smith? Or do we stick at 3 and take Swelly if it goes another way? Ton of questions need to be answered. But that will come in due time when we get more idea of who's going where, what's happening. Because if you see, a lot of people were expecting Devontae Smith, combine, all that stuff. But with the thumb injury, he might not be doing much. So, again, I'll be talking about that soon. But, yeah, it's very, very interesting to me that he will be added to the Senior Bowl Dolphins get first dibs. Dolphins get first dibs at a lot of players, and they get to coach a lot of players. It's going to be fantastic. Very excited. But that's the video, guys. Like I said, I think my next video is going to finally be opening these packages and answer your questions. I promise you, either tomorrow or Wednesday will be the Q&A video. I promise you. I swear, because I have all these packages I need to open, especially this big one that I'm very excited to see what's in it. But other than that, guys, I'll see you in the next video. And like I said, I have the Tua video plan. It's going to take me a minute, so just got to bear with me. I got some fun videos like the Miami Dolphins fan reaction videos and all that stuff. So be sure to hit the subscribe button. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Like usual, stay classy. Fins up.